my audience. Hi, my name is Chris Whalen, and I'd like to talk about the World Cup. In the United States, when you say football, you're talking about this. It's the number one sport. According to a story in the Wall Street Journal, the 2010 Super Bowl had 106 million people watch it. Finally, it became the number one most watched television show, surpassing the finale to MASH in the early 80s. It's 105 million people watching one show. It's a big deal. Just the other day, Game 7 of the NBA Finals. According to ByTheNumbers.com, the Nielsen ratings for that were 28 million people watching it. One game that's 28 million people, that's a lot of people. When it comes to the World Cup, people don't just gather to watch it, businesses shut down. That's how big the World Cup is. As a sports fan, we choose who we root for many different reasons. Maybe we root for the team in the town that we grew up in. Maybe it's a team for the college that you graduated from. If it's international competition, maybe it's a team for the country you were born in. Whatever it is, we have different reasons we choose for who we root for. In the United States, we love scoring. The higher the score, the better in most sports. A football game, 45-32, people are talking about how great it was. Oh, I'm so glad I got to go to the game. Oh, I'm so glad I saw it on TV. 45-32. People are talking about how great that running back was, how great the quarterback was. I'm not talking about how bad the defense was, because we love scoring. It's part of the problem. A soccer game, it's not high scoring. A high scoring game is 4-2, 4-3. Most games, 2-1, 2-0. That's the problem. But wait, we can watch a 1-0 baseball game. Everybody talks about how great that is. So why can't we watch a 1-0 soccer game and talk about how great that is? Around the world, when you say football, this is what you're talking about. Soccer. In Seoul, South Korea. Not exactly your hotbed of soccer. For their first match in the World Cup, 1.5 million people watched it outside. Not in a house, not in a bar, outside. They watched it in public parks. They watched it in the equivalent of New York, of Times Square in New York. 500,000 people watched it inside the arena of Seoul. There was no live game going on in that arena. They were watching the televisions of their country playing in the World Cup, because it's that big. The US-England match. According to The Guardian of England, 20 million people watched it in England. According to the Washington Post, almost 13 million people watched it in the US. That's one match. Nearly 33 million people watched it. There's 64 matches in the World Cup over a month. That's how big it is. Personally, first time I ever watched the World Cup, 1994. Never watched the game before. Knew of soccer, played it a little bit in junior high, but didn't really know much about it. But I was like, you know what, it's the World Cup. We're going to get together, we're going to have a bunch of friends over, we're going to watch it. US is playing Colombia. The first goal, it's an own goal, which means a defender for Colombia scored in the Colombian goal. That goal went to the US. The game ended 2-1. A couple weeks later, that defender who scored that goal was killed because he put an own goal in. That's how big soccer is around the world. Not saying that's a good thing. That's how big soccer is. Just the other day, Andy Roddick, who's over in England right now for Wimbledon, he's becoming a big-time soccer fan. He says he watches all the games he can, watches the Premier Leagues in different countries, loves the World Cup. But he decided to go out for dinner during the US-England match. Why? Because he said he knew he could go anywhere anywhere in England in 5 minutes, because nobody would be on the roads. Everybody would be in a bar or a pub, in a public square someplace, just not on the roads. That's soccer. We're getting there in the US, slowly. Kids, they're growing up, they're going to high school, they're going to college. And instead of playing football, instead of playing basketball, they're playing soccer because they grew up on it. All these little kids that run around the streets playing soccer, they're getting older and they're growing up on it. That's how soccer is going to grow in the U.S. When I was a kid, I didn't know what a soccer mom was because there was no such thing as a soccer mom. Now, if you drive down the road and you see a minivan, they all say soccer mom on board. That's how big it's getting, and that's where it's got to start with the kids. It's a beautiful game. It's every 4 years. I'm not asking you to watch all the different leagues because there's too many of those. The World Cup, it's 4 years. The Olympics, every 4 years. I watch the Olympics. There's something called curling. I don't know what they're doing. They're rolling a stone on ice. I don't know what it is. But when the U.S. is playing, I watch. If they said the U.S. did good, I cheer. When they said the U.S. did bad, it's like, oh, because it's the U.S. It's the World Cup. It's the U.S. It's the biggest game in the world. We're getting there slowly, but we're getting there. That's why I think everybody should give it a chance. Watch it. These guys do things with their feet and with their head. You can't touch the ball with your hands. You dribble with your feet, and you hit it with your head. How hard is that? Yeah, it might be 1-0 final, but you're going to see things that you've never seen before in that 1-0 game. Give it a chance. It's World Cup. It's fun. Give it a chance. My audience, you know what they messed up there?